EU is imposing counter tariffs on the U.S. ABC's Inez de la Cortera has more from Paris.
The European Union announcing it will impose tariffs on $28 billion worth of U.S. goods starting next month, a move that comes in response to blanket U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum, which the EU has called unjustified. American beef, poultry, bourbon, and motorcycles, peanut butter, and jeans will all be affected. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen saying she regrets the measure, that tariffs are bad for business and even worse for consumers. Inez de la Cortera, ABC News, Paris.
Trowbridge Street School in Milwaukee will reopen on Friday. A joint statement from MPS and the City of Milwaukee Health Department reveals lead hazard remediation efforts were successful after multiple rounds of cleaning and inspection. MPS will work to ensure students and staff only drink from filtered water stations. And there's a new way to add your name to the Wisconsin Donor Registry.
You can now do it when you fill out your taxes. You'll notice a box for organ and tissue donation on your return this year. Just check it and boom, you'll be added to the Wisconsin Donor Registry. The move is an effort to boost the number of registered organ donors in Wisconsin and narrow the gap between supply and demand. More than 24,000 Wisconsin taxpayers have already taken advantage of the new effort. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
The NFL draft is just over a month away, and the city of Green Bay is preparing to welcome a projected 250,000 guests.
If we're at where our projections are now with that 250,000, that's like a game day over the 3 days.
Green Bay Police Captain Benjamin Allen's security plan is 2 years in the making. Fans making the trip should expect a game day-like routine for entry.
It's the metal detector screening of all guests that come in, clear bag policies, not being able to bring certain items into the footprint. All of those pieces that we do for game days will be very similar to how we do this for this event.
And yes, parking in lawns is encouraged. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Fans wishing to attend for the free event must register using the NFL One Pass app or online at NFL.com. Sports, traffic, weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:03.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Vita Hearing Care. They've made a difference in my life. They changed my life. I can hear better now, thanks to the incredible faux neck hearing aids that I have, and you can check these bad boys out, too. There's a very cool event coming up. It's a VIP lunch and listening event. It's free. It's March 19th at Mealy Cafe in Racine over the lunch hour. It's going to be very cool, but you need to reserve your spot. It's free. Call 262-800-1060, 262-800-1060. Let them change your life at Vita Hearing Care.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Hear District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Hear District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
So it's about time you spruce up your home. Nothing major. You're not looking to spend a ton, but you are looking for something that'll give your quarters a little upgrade. You know there are a lot of things you can do with glass. Simply beveling your mirrors can do wonders. You can mill out your wood cabinet doors and replace the center with attractive glass inserts, or customize them with unique handcrafted artistry, or maybe a theme. You could even install a new glass shower door and add some real appeal to your bathroom. They're all pretty affordable home improvements. And Les's Glass Service has been helping homeowners like you for just about longer than anyone in town. You probably don't realize how affordably we can help you reach your home's full potential. But we do, and we can show you countless options. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. No game for the Brewers today, but progress for starter Brandon Woodruff, who made his first start since 2023 in a minor league appearance against the Padres.
It's 17 months and finally getting back out there. It was an emotional day, I would say, early on today, just being around the guys and with the support and everything. I know it's just a minor league game, but it means a lot.
Woodruff faced 5 batters and is hopeful to appear in a Cactus League game before spring training ends. And the NFL League year and free agent signing period just opened. Aaron Rodgers is reportedly drawing interest from the Pittsburgh Steelers and New York Giants. Both teams will be on the Packers schedule this season. And in college basketball, Marquette Golden Eagles begin their Big East tournament play Thursday afternoon at 1:30 against Xavier. And the Wisconsin Badgers begin their play in the Big Ten tournament Thursday afternoon at 1:30 against the winner of tonight's game between Northwestern and Minnesota. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding, and a whole lot more. Take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. We've got a couple of incidents out on the road right now in the Milwaukee area. On Wisconsin Route 175 South at the ramp from West Wisconsin Avenue, the center lane is blocked due to debris, so keep an eye on for that. And then on I-94 West at I-41, the two left lanes are blocked due to other debris. Other than that, roads are looking clear across the Milwaukee area. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight's going to be mostly clear with a low of 32 degrees. Thursday, we're going to see some sunny skies, the high of 50 degrees by the lake and 58 inland. Friday's going to be partly cloudy and mild with rainstorms at night. It'll be high with 63 towards the lake and 70 degrees inland. Saturday's going to be mostly cloudy, windy with scattered showers, high of 61 degrees. Sunday's going to be mostly cloudy, breezy, and colder, with a few flurries possible and a high of 40 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 51. In Green Bay, it's 46. In Waukesha, it's 46. And in Milwaukee, it's 40 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this very flavorful episode of What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Lots of things to tempt your taste buds. From beer to ice cream to restaurants maybe you haven't tried in Tosa yet. Tonight's guests, I'm very excited to welcome the fourth generation owner of Kegel's Inn in West Dallas. Julian Kegel is going to be my guest. And guess what? He's also a photographer. So really getting into the culture and creativity tonight with Kegel's Inn guest, Julian Kegel, also coming into the WTMJ studio with me to talk all about Tosa Restaurant Week, which kicks off tomorrow. City of Wauwatosa tourism specialist Beth Gleasing, and then we're going to find out where the very best ice cream parlors are in Wisconsin. I know it only took like 2 days of warm weather for me to go, oh, that survey caught my eye. Also, Top Chef updates. Where are they now? Because the new season of Top Chef kicks off tomorrow, and that might be a surprise to you because it's not in Wisconsin. We were all super, super psyched this time last year because Top Chef was all around Wisconsin, and it was a lot of fun to watch all those 14 weeks. Well, this year it's in Canada. But we're going to see where the chef testants, including our very own chef Dan Jacobs, what have they done in the past year? So we'll get that update. Plus, it's 6 months until the biggest movie of 2025 is released, at least for me. And it's not Wicked. You will find out later in the show what I'm very excited about 6 months from today. The song you need to hear is by a Summerfest headliner who's celebrating his birthday today. And speaking of music, concert update, in case you missed it yesterday, if you're very, very excited to see Billy Joel and Sting together at American Family Field next month on April 26th, postpone your plans because God bless Billy Joel, but he is putting his health first. He had a recent surgery. We're not sure, and that's fair. Not dipping into Billy's privacy, but he had recent surgery for a medical condition that is undisclosed, but he's recovering, doing physical therapy, so he's postponed about 8 concert dates, including ours here in August at American Family Field. So, of course, wherever you got your tickets, I'm sure that they will have information. The date is still to be determined. Now, I'll tell you this, he's going to resume supposedly in July, but I did sniff around. I saw that I think the date he had scheduled for Utah is going to be scheduled for next year. So I hope they don't postpone it that long. But Billy Joel, that's got to be a tough decision. You know, you don't want to disappoint fans, but I would think at this point in his career, he knows his body. He's 75. Like, he knows what it takes to actually go on tour, not just do your residency and hang out at Madison Square Garden. The last time Billy Joel was in Milwaukee was 2019, and Sting was in Milwaukee 2016, and I might have been at that show if that was Summerfest when Sting was here with Peter Gabriel. And if that's the show I'm thinking of, it was great. So hang tight, Billy Joel. I would say check out his official website if you are the biggest Billy Joel fan or if you're holding tickets for that. We will, of course, keep you updated here. But Billy Joel postponing his April 26th show at American Family Field as he gets healthy and strong. And I saw Mick Jagger at the Academy Awards. Remember, Mick had a heart attack and was... I'm not saying Billy Joel had a heart attack. I'm just saying, though, Mick sustained a serious health setback and was and is just as vibrant as ever. So wish Billy Joel good health, and we will see him as soon as he can reschedule that date. I am Sandy Maxx. Thanks for hanging out with me and rolling out the red carpet for some good German culture. You realize Kegel's Inn, you've driven by it on National Avenue in West Dallas, 100 years strong. They opened in 1924. So we're going to find out some of the very cool history of that local business from fourth-generation owner Julian Kegel. Next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
Clearly, Pride Fest has benefited from organizations who want to show their commitment to diversity.
Entertainment.
It's real-life drama. I would also call it true crime. It is just such a bizarre story.
And more.
We're able to tap about 400 trees and make some delicious maple syrup.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
The latest gift with purchases arrived at your local Merle Norman Cosmetics, including Foundation Primer Plus, Soft Touch Eyeshadow Duo, Lasting Cheek Color, and Plush Lip Liner and Pinky Swear. You'll take it everywhere you go. Shop in studio now and take a look at our spring Berry Cherry color collection at Merle Norman Cosmetics Salon and Spa at Brookfield Square. Free with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman Cosmetic products. Cosmetic accessories not included. Offer valid while supplies last at participating Merle Norman Cosmetic studios only. Limit 1 per customer. We reserve the right to modify the gift if needed. Promotion not available at merlenorman.com.
Being a Pella consultant means helping people build their dreams.
Customers really appreciate just how prepared we are. All the samples, the videos, pictures.
We are with you from start to finish. You literally have a friend from beginning to end and beyond with your project.
Our Pella team simplifies the process, taking time to listen and find the right solution for you. And right now, get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. 3/31/2025.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
That just puts you in a good mood, doesn't it?
Yeah, Kegels.
Does it feel like that at Kegels Inn?
It sounds like it.
Love it. I'm Sandy Maxx, and the voice you hear is my guest in this WTMJ studio, Julian Kegel, fourth-generation owner of Kegels Inn, an absolute West Dallas and Wisconsin landmark.
Amen. Yeah, we're like an institution now around for 100 years.
So last year, 1924, August of 1924, when Kegels Inn opened officially?
Well, we celebrated the birthday party on December 5th. So if you're good with your history, that's Repeal Day in 1933.
Aha.
My great-grandpa, he knew something about that date was important. He just didn't know until 9 years later.
Well, I love the fact that any business, especially the restaurant business, just the past 5 years have been a challenge, much less 4 generations, 100 years. How do you describe Kegels Inn to someone from out of town or somebody who's brand new to Milwaukee?
Well, ultimately, it is one of the most classic institutions that we have left in this state, right? So German culture from the immigrant past, it's still family owned. Now, we were talking at the 100-year gala for the Milwaukee Historical Society, and you were posting some facts. And real quick, we went down the timeline of like maybe 11% of businesses succeed 25 years.
Yes.
And then it goes gradually down, and 0.05% of businesses last 100 years. Now, let's put one more threshold on top of that. We're still family owned. That decreases our probability of success even to another degree.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, I do remember that fact at the Milwaukee County Historical Society Gala, and my teammate Kristen Bry was there, and she it stuck with her. She's like, tell me about this, because I remember it was just so staggering.
Amen. And for a restaurant, right? Like, not to mention, we're one of those places you walk into, if you've never been there before, and you're like, how did I never hear about this before, right?
Just describe what it's like to walk in.
Well, first you have to start with the outside of the building. There's stained glass windows, okay? So you can't really see what's going on inside. And that was on purpose because Great-Grandpa didn't want you to see what was going on during Prohibition.
It was a soda pop parlor, correct?
Right. Well, let's put those in quotation marks because Great-Grandma had pockets full of booze, and if you ordered a soda at the bar, she would throw a nip in while you were eating your sandwich.
I'll tell you what I found out about Great-Grandma. Anna,
Yep.
with 1927, she was
May
arrested
1st.
for having... I wrote it down. Wait a minute. Where is it? It's because it's a great phrase. But, wild women make history. She was arrested for, quote, possessing intoxicating liquor. Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly.
But, and I love that your great-grandfather was right there behind her going, no,
Well,
that's my gal.
Let's talk some rebellious roots.
Let's
right?
do it. Let's
Okay.
tell us about Kegel Inn's rebellious roots.
So 1924, my great-grandpa opens up a speakeasy, right?
And he came over from Austria.
Correct. And my great-grandma was Slovenian.
Mhm.
And West Allis was a predominantly Slovenian neighborhood. So as West Allis was growing, you got to remember it was a separate city, and there was farmland between Milwaukee and West Allis. So it was really like the best place to go while you were working at the Allis Chalmers factory or, lived in West Allis at the time. So they're brewing beer in the basement, and they're serving, prescribed alcohol from the pharmacy down the road to patrons in town. And it's such a beautiful story because right next door to Kegel's Inn is this beautiful Cream City brick building called the Babish Building. And in 1925, the Babish Building was the Grape Juice Supply Company. Again, in quotation
I was
marks.
just going to say, again, Julian's using the air quotes if you want to see him on the TMJ YouTube live stream. Just text WATCH to 855-616-1620.
So in between, we've got 59th Street, which is now what we call Bootlegger's Alley, or what I like to call Sin City of West Allis.
Which is a beer garden.
It is a beer
garden. But it's covered, so we can enjoy it.
For the winter, it's covered. Yeah, exactly.
Well done. But I love those nods to history and your pride, because I think history, we think of dates and we think of the respect of a 100-year business, and it all deserves that. But just you light up telling these great stories. I love that there's such a pride in your family history.
Yeah, and I think...
And a resilience, and that rebelliousness, that's got to be part of that DNA.
Of course it is. Yeah, absolutely. Like the rules, they just are meant for the people with, I don't know.
They're meant for me. I'm a rule follower. That's that's okay. I know who I am. So, Julian, you're a fourth-generation owner. Was that an easy decision, or was that were you like, I don't know that I want my destiny planned for me?
Well, that's actually why I left my dad's business at Wheel and Sprocket. So I grew up in the bike business. So when I was 8 years old, I started to learn how to fix my own flats, and then it turned into charity bike rides, UPAF Ride, Miller Ride for the Arts, MAC Fund. And so my past was basically just helping people accomplish their goals. And it's really cool to sort of step away from the Wheel and Sprocket side. And Kegel's Inn did not have a succession plan past the third generation. In fact, there was so much duty to take over the restaurant that the owners that I took over from, my dad's cousins, they didn't even have kids.
Oh, wow.
So
the line would have stopped.
The line would have stopped. So me and my wife were both guides up in Alaska, and we had heard that maybe potentially the business, the restaurant was for sale within the family. And we kind of just moved back to Wisconsin without real plan. And my dad was like, let's go to Kegel's Inn for a Friday night. And it was packed. And I'm like,
good.
I have been searching every state in this nation. I've been to all 50 states. And you go to these towns and you try and find these mom and pop gems, right? That just ooze culture. And Kegel's had
and
it.
are a natural gathering place. Like I feel like in England you have the pub,
Absolutely.
That neighborhood. And we have neighborhood joints for sure.
And it's the beer garden in Germany.
Yeah.
So when I walked into Kegel's, it was like oozing this character, and it's so authentic. And you're like, man, this is a hidden gem.
Well, and it's a beautiful space inside.
It sure is.
You have murals. You have beautiful, like you said, the stained glass windows and that
all from
rich wooden.
All from the 30s. So the stained glass, or the cathedral painter that was hired was from Germany, and he spent 7 years painting these murals on the wall and earned his citizenship in America because my great-grandpa was his sponsor.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That is amazingly cool. And I can't rest without giving. He's German-born artist Peter Gries. Incredible. We're going to take a really quick break because there's so many more stories to tell. And there's a great event tomorrow, which is why I invited you in, because it caught my eye, because European beer tasting tomorrow night. So we'll talk more about that. But I want to talk more about the beauty of Kegel's Inn. And of course, we got to talk some food. So stay with us. Julian Kegel, fourth generation owner of Kegel's Inn in West Dallas, is my guest on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Wisconsin's Midday News, bringing you the latest in news.
A Waukesha County judge rules the Slender Man stabbing defendant Morgan Geyser can proceed with conditional release.
Traffic.
We do have a new crash that just popped up minutes ago in Milwaukee.
Sports.
Milwaukee making official the signing of veteran left-handed pitcher Jose Quintana.
And weather.
Here we go. Snow. Might need your galoshes.
Join Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty, only on WTMJ.
The Beach Boys, the Sounds of Summer Tour. Friday, May 23rd at the Riverside Theater. The music, the memories, the Beach Boys, riding an endless summer wave. Get tickets now at tapstheatergroup.com. Don't miss the Beach Boys, the Sounds of Summer Tour, live.
I've always believed that great service makes all the difference. At Waterstone Bank, it's more than just banking. It's personal. When I needed help choosing an account, my banker took the time to understand my needs and guided me through my options. Thanks to her advice, I can watch my money grow, knowing it's secure.
Welcome to your Waterstone Bank, where community and personal service come together. Member FDIC.
We've all experienced that feeling of lacing up a brand new pair of shoes.
And for some reason, it always felt like new shoes made you run faster, jump higher, and of course, look better.
Yeah, it was almost magical.
A brand new set of tires on your car or truck will instantly give you that same magical feeling.
Courtney, I couldn't agree with you more. A new set of treads always makes your vehicle look better, but more importantly, allows you to stop faster and grip the road a whole lot better.
Which is necessary when the weather is bad and driving conditions are poor. You'll appreciate having the extra traction.
Remember, there isn't a tire brand on the planet we can't get.
Everything from Goodyear Continental and Kelly to Dunlop General and Pirelli. If we sell it, we install it.
Plus, every tire we sell automatically comes with free flat tire repair. So be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Menards is the one-stop shop for huge savings on new, energy-efficient appliances. Upgrade your home today and save big on top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Buy now, save now on Whirlpool appliances you can take home today. Check out our entire selection of home appliances on Menards.com. Plus, view the weekly flyer for many other great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. I have in the studio with me Julian Kegel. Yes, that Kegel from Kegel's Inn in West Dallas on National. Been there since 1924. That's incredible.
Sure is.
And
we're having a blast.
And I love that it's a family affair because we say fourth generation, and I imagined that it was like great-grandfather to grandfather to father to son, but you are back in the family business because it was cousins.
Correct.
And
my dad's cousins ran it.
That's great.
35 years worth, right?
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like because you're a cousin, you value it more, because that was my question to you. Like, kind of, did you feel trapped to do it, or was it always just, oh, there's no choice, I'm going to do it? Like, so to know that it was your choice is wonderful. Do you feel a sense of obligation to preserve German heritage in particular in Milwaukee?
It sure helps. And with the help of my wife, who I couldn't do this without, she's my co-owner. She's got a major slice of restaurant background. So she grew up in Michigan and worked from McDonald's to high-end sushi in Aspen, and then came back, and her first job in Milwaukee was actually working at Eddie Martini's. And so we have this affinity for taking care of old buildings and doing the hard work to preserve a community. So.
And you were mentioning earlier the first time you walked into Kegel's in a while, Friday night, bustling, and it is the vibe that you had been looking for.
Agreed.
In different states all around our country.
And to find it then again, and to realize that I when I was growing up, I had a bucket list of food when I was traveling, right? And I'd come back to Milwaukee, and my number one was like a plain cheeseburger from Kopp's. A solid
big slab of butter on there.
Exactly. Oakland gyros. And then the duck from Kegel's Inn was the top third. And I'd had that growing up for holiday parties and, the occasional time we went there. It was the best thing I ever had. I didn't try anything else at Kegel's Inn for 20 years.
I believe that. Why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
But food is that emotional connection.
Mm-hmm.
Beer brings people together. And when you talk about, you have the vision of Oktoberfest, you have the vision of, long tables and people sitting next to each other. Hey, maybe I don't know you, but by the end of the night, I do.
We're going to be friends at the end.
We're talking and laughing. And you have a fun event tomorrow night, which I said it caught my eye because it is European import beer night.
You bet.
And it's not just like one or two beers.
35.
There you go.
Yeah. So we stretched from Ireland, England, Belgium, Poland, Czech Republic, a ton of German options, Italy, Spain, France. So we're trying to cover it all between wine, spirits, and a whole lot of delicious beers.
How wonderful. And it'll be in Bootleggers Alley.
The only heated beer garden in Milwaukee.
That shocks me, but that's a heck of a pride point.
It sure is.
Because unfortunately, we're not getting that 55-degree weather we had with the sun out. But what a fun time tomorrow night. And also the reason it caught my eye, I'm hosting a trip to Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic in September, and it is a European brewery tour.
Nice.
So I'm like...
You're doing that too?
Yes. I was just going to say, I have to think, just like Old German Beer Hall sometimes takes trips to Oktoberfest, I have to think with the heritage and history of the Kegel's Inn that you've hosted a trip or two, but are there beers from... are there specific beers that you could recommend from Germany, Austria, or the Czech Republic that you're sampling tomorrow?
Well, one of my favorite is Früh Kolsch. So we've got a lot of Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light drinkers, and we run the War Memorial Beer Garden for the center.
Yes,
and it's
you
a
do.
fundraising mission. And a lot of people roll up to the Container Bar, and there's 12 beers on tap, and they go, "Do you have Miller Lite?" And we're like, "We have the German version of that. Let's start with an introduction into the high quality German Kolsches, right? Because that's going to be super light, refreshing, crisp." And they try it, they go, "Wow, that's really good." So we get
what you're talking about.
We get them hooked right off the bat on this German beer, and then we can convince them later to visit Kegel's, which is only 6 miles from downtown, for some of the highest quality German food in the city.
And to feel that Gemütlichkeit, honestly, that's what you're talking about when you walk in there, and to see the beautiful murals and to feel that rich German heritage inside Kegel's Inn. We're going to talk more European beer, maybe even European travel, and Julian Kegel is a photographer. So we're going to talk culture and creativity and German heritage. But so stay with us. But right now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. The teenager arrested in Kansas for theft of his dead stepfather's property made his initial appearance in Waukesha County Court Wednesday. 17-year-old Nikita Kassap is in custody on a $250,000 bond. Kassap is charged with stealing his stepfather Donald Mayer's car and handgun. No charges have been filed related to the deaths of Mayer or Kassap's mother, Tatiana. Waukesha County Sheriff's Department says Kassap remains a person of interest in their deaths. Additional charges are forthcoming. A preliminary hearing for Kassap is set for March 24th. And Kenosha police have identified the body found in Lake Michigan at Eckelman Park on a Sunday as 18-year-old Kayla Sobchak of Kenosha. Sobchak has been missing since December 17th. Her death is still being investigated. And in a match between power lines and balloons, the balloon usually wins. That was the case Tuesday night when a Mylar balloon caused about 2,400 We Energy customers on Milwaukee's east side to lose power. Customers near Prospect and Brady Street were without power for at least 90 minutes. We Energies is reminding customers to always secure outdoor balloons to something weighted and never release them. Tickle your roads with your WTMJ Johnson Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. We've Got one incident on the road right now at Wisconsin 175 south at the ramp from West Wisconsin Avenue. The center lane is blocked due to debris. Other than that, roads are looking clear across the Milwaukee area. Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. That's going to be mostly clear with a low of 32. Thursday, we're going to see some sunny skies with a high of 50 degrees by the lake and 58 inland. Friday's going to be partly cloudy and mild with some rainstorms at night. High of 63 by the lake and 7 degrees inland. Saturday's going to be mostly cloudy, windy with scattered showers and a high of 61 degrees. Leading into Sunday, which will be mostly cloudy, breezy, and colder with a few flurries possible and a high of 40 degrees. Right now in Eau Claire, it's 52 degrees. In Palmyra, it's 51 degrees. And in Milwaukee, it's 40 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:32.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Brew City is ready to celebrate the draft's return to Wisconsin. Milwaukee Tailgate Week, presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook, April 24th through the 26th. It features a variety of gridiron activations for all ages, steeped in Milwaukee's iconic sports history, its attractions, brews, pubs, restaurants, and venues. The festivities culminate on Saturday, April 26th with Jordy Nelson's Milwaukee Tailgate with Inside the Huddle Live. Buy your tickets now for only $10 and learn more at visitmilwaukee.org/tailgate.
Julie Granger is the president of Junior Achievement of Wisconsin. Julie, your organization has business technology from James Imaging Systems. Yet today, please tell us about Junior Achievement's unique mission.
Junior Achievement of Wisconsin has a mission of inspiring and preparing young people for success in a global economy. We serve students anywhere from kindergarten through 12th grade, and we just started serving young adults 18 to 25.
I understand financial literacy is also an important part of your mission.
Financial literacy is critical to the long-term success of every individual so that they can plan their futures and they can live their dreams.
To help turn those dreams into reality, how can everyone get involved?
We are looking for people who are willing to donate their time, treasure, and talent to the organization.
What's the first step?
The best way to reach us is through our website, wisconsin.ja.org.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources today. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org. Paid for by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. My special guest is from Kegel's Inn. He is the fourth generation owner, Julian Kegel. Over 100 years now of Kegel's Inn in West Dallas. And What's on Tap is sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And talking about world class, you're going to have world-class beers as one of your, I would say, theme parties tomorrow, because you've been having pretty much weekly parties to celebrate your 100th anniversary, just stringing that out.
Well, we got to average 3 a week in order to get it done in the year.
There you go.
So Friday is always a party at Kegel's Inn, right? So that's the just built in. And then, yeah.
I assume the fish fry is pretty slapping.
It's beautiful. Yes, it is. So
potato pancakes must be incredible.
You bet. And we've got a drive-through if you don't want to, deal with the hustle and bustle of dining in.
That.
Oh, yeah. That's what saved our bacon in the pandemic.
In 5 years ago, yep, you had to be resilient and adapt. Well, being resilient, you have the only covered beer garden in the city, and tomorrow that beer garden is going to be, it's called Bootlegger's Alley, which is fun, and the nod to Kegel's Inn opening during the Prohibition.
You bet.
You just started with a challenge. Why not just lean all the way into it? But
Yep.
European Import Beer Night, a journey through Europe's finest brews. You can taste German lagers, Czech pilsners, and with St. Patrick's Day coming up, some Irish reds. But I wanted to talk about maybe some of the beers that you could sample, because I'm taking a trip September to Germany, Austria, and Prague.
You bet.
Are there like a couple must-tries tomorrow night that you think we'll be drinking on that trip?
Well, you're going to go to the Hofbrauhaus, I heard.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that is so legendary. And, that screams beer. Like, you see that blue and gold and white
Czech,
flag.
yes.
And that's like the universal symbol of beer. So you gotta just sink in there. And they're like Oktoberfest, and they're Delicator, the original. I mean, you can't go wrong. But when it's Oktoberfest season, that's the beer to drink.
Yeah. Definitely. Is there a favorite Czech beer that you have?
We have this new one called Praga. So they've got this.
Going to Prague. I
they've
can
got
remember
this
that.
dark Pilsner that is wildly delicious.
That sounds wonderful.
But I think the beer is really where the monasteries are. So Ondex, which is 45 minutes outside of Munich, Ondex Doppelbock is like the slow beer version of the consumerized German world. Okay?
Ooh.
And they do beer slowly and methodically for the same way for like 800 years, right? We've got all these new breweries
Since the
that are like
1500s with the Bavarian
exactly
rules.
Here's a new IPA. Here's a new juicy IPA, and it's like, no, lager the same way and improve every year for 800 years. It's hard. It's impossible to compete here.
Quality control for
You bet.
sure.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you've been to Germany.
We have, yeah. We took 12 of our staff and 10 customers to Germany for our 100-year anniversary last year.
How fun.
We're taking 30 people this year. That trip's sold out. But then we've got an Alps tour of Germany, Switzerland, and Austria in April of 26. So, and then we'll do Oktoberfest again for next year.
You are truly keeping the German heritage alive.
We want.
I'd love to
not
come
only
on
our
my
customers,
trip.
yeah.
You'd be an excellent
I'm in.
additional tour guide.
Deal. Yeah.
Munich, one of your favorite spots, like touristy or anything.
Well, there's this fantastic rum bar that shows you how bartenders really work. Holy cow! I'll send you the link.
Okay, rum
we'll
bar
make it
in
for the
Munich.
public.
We could do a little side.
It's right down the street
We
from the
have time.
Hofbrauhaus. So
Perfect. I was just going to say, like, that's just it. That's the joy of discovery.
You bet.
Of yes, it's a guided tour, but there's enough flexibility to wander and roam and explore. Okay, so a rum bar in Munich. Have you been to Salzburg?
I have not yet.
How about Vienna?
Nope. But Cologne is also a second favorite of mine. That's where Kolsch is sort of known from.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in Champagne, like that's where Champagne, the drink, comes from. It can't be labeled anything else other than that unless it's brewed there or made there. Same with Kolsch beers. So it can be a Kolsch style outside of Cologne, but if it's a Kolsch, it's from Cologne.
It's funny that you say that. I can now see style next to it on every label that I probably ever sipped. How about Prague?
Not yet. So I've been to my focus was to visit all 50 U.S. states before I started going abroad, and I hit that goal about 5 years ago. So
you're a man with a mission.
You bet.
I love it. Well, some of the time that you spent in your state, or some of the time you spent in one of the states before you came back to Kegel's Inn, is Alaska.
You bet.
And you were doing something very creative in Alaska.
Well, so I was an ice climbing and mountaineering guide for Exit Glacier Guides, which was like a small tour company that worked in Kenai Fjords National Park. And then I met my wife. She was a sea kayaking guide. She got to see blue whale, like the orcas and the sea lions, and then watch glaciers calve off into the ocean while sitting and having lunch on a kayak.
It's got to make a crazy sound to see a big chunk of ice fall off a glacier like that.
Make sure you go before the glaciers disappear, for sure.
Seize the travel. Don't delay on any travel plans. I want to talk to you more about your photography as well. That I love that not only are you a fully embracing and savvy business owner who really embraces the restaurant business, but you have a very creative side. So we'll talk about Julian Kegel's photography, and we'll probably talk about some more beer, let's be honest. Next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Anti-Heartbreak Officer Brian Wickert. While national headlines talk about the inventory of homes for sale being a lot higher this year, that's still not the case in most of Wisconsin. The good news is that now, even in winter, AccuNet's experienced loan consultants are already helping many of our pre-approved home shoppers become homeowners and avoid the heartbreak of losing in a multi-offer situation. Sure, you can go with a flimsy, unimaginative bank pre-approval, or you can present your offer with an AccuNet rock-solid, fully verified, and guaranteed pre-approval that also might come with the phrase that really makes sellers happy: no appraisal required. When an appraisal is needed, we can also show you in dollars and cents what it means to willingly pay a certain dollar amount over the appraised value if that's what's needed to win, which is usually a lot less scary than people imagine. Reduce your risk of home shopper heartbreak by getting started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Maxx with WTMJ, and you've heard us talking about delicious European beers. Why not taste them right where they're made? Join me on a Steve Bertrand travel trip, 10 days, the beer and brewery tour through Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. We start in Munich, go into the legendary beer hall, Hofbrauhaus, raise a stein, sing along with the band that's there, lunch, dinner, and all the time. It's a really iconic beer culture, and we will go on private brewery tours. We'll visit the stunning Neuschwanstein Castle that is just fairy tale beautiful. Salzburg, we will stroll the streets that Mozart strolled, and we'll hit up Austria's oldest breweries, Stiegl and Augustiner Brau Klostermullen. And also in Vienna, they have a vibrant craft beer scene and just beautiful history and architecture there. And we'll wrap up this 10-day beer and brewery tour in Prague. Budweiser Budvar Brewery is very famous, and if you don't know the history, it'll be a fun one to catch up on with our rivals in St. Louis. And wandering through those picturesque streets, if you want to join me, I'd love to go with you to experience the culture, the history, and Europe's finest brews. Couple ways to get the brochure. You can go to WTMJ.com, or why not email me, sandy@WTMJ.com. Email me, sandy@WTMJ.com, and come travel with me and Steve Bertrand Travel.
Pain can make you feel like no matter what you try, it's not going to work. Or it can make you try any and everything. And most times, that'll make you feel like you've been taken for a ride. It's hard to believe that there's a solution to your pain problem that works, is safe, and is actually affordable. But that's why most insurance plans pay for pain treatments from Rejuvenex, because they're FDA approved and they do work. Toradol and hyaluronic acid work together to substantially alleviate your pain. And we've seen patients experience pain relief for greater than 2 years after completing a series of treatments. Is it a one and done? No. But at as low as $65 per joint, it's an affordable alternative to surgery. And it's not an expensive cross your fingers and hope it works experiment. Especially for older pain sufferers, the pain treatment that Rejuvenex offers is worth trying, because the vast majority of patients who do live better lives in a lot less pain. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Makes your head bop. Tough to be a salty mood when you hear good music like this, and when you go to Kegel's Inn. If you haven't been there, that is a bucket list. Like, I think for any on Milwaukee must-do list, you've got to go to almost any restaurant or establishment that's been around for 100 years.
Yep. And it's Lent, so it's like food church city right now.
Food church city. I like that a lot. But I also, you'd mentioned earlier, beautiful murals painted in 1933. Mm-hmm. And it took this artist,
7
Peter
years.
Greasy, 7 years. Yeah.
And he earned his citizenship because he became such good friends with my great-grandpa that he ended up being his sponsor. So it's just all together a great story about
weaving the fabric of community.
Everything was craftsman back then. Everything was super high-quality builds. I mean, that's why we still have this beautiful original building still standing and in great shape.
Yeah, you're right, because I don't feel like things are fortified as much as they were back then, because they had to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
There were no fly-by-nights. You were going to be there. You're going to be there for a while, especially if you had immigrated from Austria.
Yep.
This is where you're truly laying it down and making a new foundation. So when you walk in and see the murals at Kegel's Inn, what inspires you visually? Are you like, I want to take pictures of those? How did you get into photography?
I got to give credit to my mom. So she raised 4 kids and snapped thousands of photos, and then she'd print them, and she covered literally every centimeter of our walls in our house growing up. So these were like unconscious lessons in composition and contrast and lighting and just getting candid photos. So I really took that to heart. And then the darkroom, that was such a beautiful process. And I miss that to some degree, but the ease of digital and like the access that you can get from it is second to none.
And what kind of photography would you say you specialize in? Because you studied it.
You bet. I would call it nature therapy. So the end result is a dentist's office or a hospital or a medical clinic, and you're sitting in a waiting room and you're just trying to take your mind off of whatever's going on, and you can see these big, beautiful panoramic vistas of places that I've gone over my travels. So juliankegel.com is where you can go see all these photos, and then also at 1840 Brewing Company. So that's my local hometown gallery. A buddy of mine is struggling with his wife, and they've just found out that she's sick, and it's just a horrible situation. So if we would love to give a shout out to Kyle and Stephanie at 1840 Brewing Company. They do
over in Bayview,
yeah, Bayview, and then up in West Bend too. But in my opinion, they are like that epitome of the monastery beer. They do it slow, and it's super high quality, and it's just absolutely delicious. So support
Kyle,
them.
This is one of the things that I love about our creative community, no matter what area it's in. Your photography has gotten you even closer to fellow brewers and restaurant owners, and you just can't say enough about each other. And hey, here, go support them. And if you like this, go try this. You know, I love that. So 1840 Brewing is a great place to see, and I love that 1840 Brewing is using more of their space to support art.
Yeah, and they worked with a collaboration with Kegel's Inn for Turning 100. We created a Berliner Weiss, which is a very traditional sour beer, called Giggle Water. And we use that to present our Prost and Punchlines comedy series at Bootlegger's Alley. So it's a monthly, end of the month comedy series where we pack the tent and give you a free Giggle Water, compliments of 1840.
I love a theme. You are all in. Thank you so much for the liveliness that you bring to West Allis.
You bet.
Still with Bootlegger's Alley and all the fun beer garden events. And what's the best website? Oh, I know. Kegel's Inn 100?
Yeah, 100. So Kegel's Inn 100 is the current listing of the countdown of 100 events for 100 years.
That's the way to celebrate. Thank you so much. 4th generation owner of Kegel's Inn, Julian Kegel. Go say hi. And heck, Kegel's in the name. You got to have a beer there, right?
Amen.
Happy Fish Fry Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Oh, my gosh.
No, tonight.
Oh, every night.
Yeah.
No, I got to tell you, the whole hour just kind of threw me off. I know it sounds silly. Summerfest headliner celebrating a birthday today. You'll hear him in the song you need to hear next on What's on Tap.
Steve Scafidi is your guide through the world of politics.
And I'll just tell you, I'm worried about this because I think we should be an ally of Ukraine. What do you think? There are also righteous fights. And the people of Ukraine are fighting for their freedoms and their liberty.
On the Political Power Hour.
This guy is erratic, and I don't know if it's because of his personal issues or his inability
What are you
to see
talking about? Look, let's leave that.
Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Hey there, Sandy Maxx with WTMJ, telling you about incredible career opportunities with my friends at 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman. 3 Pillars, they are rated the top senior living community in Wisconsin, and it's a certified great place to work. And they're hiring resident assistants and caregivers, some starting at $20 per hour, and you could get more based on experience and shifts. The best part, you will make a difference in the lives of others every day at 3 Pillars. Go to 3pillars.org and click on the Careers tab to learn more.
Open the door and spring into savings. Now at Menards. Enhance the appearance of your home with a new stylish garage door from Menards. Choose from our large in-stock selection of ideal garage doors or design your own using our free garage door designer. Save big on ideal garage doors. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
The latest gift with purchase has arrived at your local Merle Norman Cosmetics, including Foundation Primer Plus, Soft Touch Eyeshadow Duo, Lasting Cheek Color, and Plush Lip Liner and Pinky Swear. You'll take it everywhere you go. Shop in studio now and take a look at our Spring Berry Cherry Color Collection at Merle Norman Cosmetics Salon and Spa at Brookfield Square. Free with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman Cosmetic products. Cosmetic accessories not included. Offer valid while supplies last at participating Merle Norman Cosmetic Studios only. Limit 1 per customer. We reserve the right to modify the gift if needed. Promotion not available at merlenorman.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
And this one goes to the 12th, March 12th. Another trip around the sun for one of the greatest singer-songwriters of our time, James Taylor. And you've got a great opportunity to see James Taylor performing live at Summerfest 2025. He is headlining the first Saturday of Summerfest, June 21st. And this is a song that really put James Taylor on the map back in 1970. It's got emotion, soul, haunting melodies, and very personal lyrics. It's a song about loss, life's unexpected twists, and about the struggles that shape us. From the album Sweet Baby James, it's Fire and Rain. James Taylor is the song you need to hear on What's on Tap.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. Seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams planes and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you.
HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
From sliding framed, semi-frameless, or frameless glass shower doors to heavy all-glass custom enclosures that can be built to fit any opening, at Less's Glass, we cover all the bases. But our biggest strength isn't only our selection. It's in our installation experience. We've been around nearly 40 years, and you only last that long if your installers leave the job the way your customers expect it to be left. Other places can sell you a glass shower enclosure, and some of those big guys may even be able to do it for a little cheaper. But the question you need to ask yourself is, will the job be done right? So remember, paying for quality only hurts once, but it does feel good when you get what you expect. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 40 degrees in Milwaukee. Tonight's going to be mostly clear with a low of 32 degrees. Thursday, we'll see some sunny skies and a high of 50 degrees by the lake and 50 degrees inland. For the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brinda. A teenager arrested in Kansas for theft of his dead stepfather's property made his initial appearance in Waukesha County Court Wednesday. 17-year-old Nikita Kassap is in custody on a $250,000 bond. Kassap is charged with stealing his stepfather Donald Mayer's car and handgun. No charges have been filed related to the death to the deaths of Meyer or Kassep's mother, Tatiana. Waukesha County Sheriff's Department says Kassep remains a person of interest in their deaths. Additional charges are forthcoming. A preliminary hearing for Kassep is set for March 24th. Employees were not allowed into the Department of Education building in Washington, D.C. today, a day after the Trump administration announced layoffs of 1,300 people in a cost-cutting move. News Nation's Alina Shirazi has more.
Employees left yesterday at 6 p.m. They were told to leave, and today told that they couldn't come to work. Here behind us, the Department of Education, citing security concerns. But throughout the morning, we have seen a few protesters, a little more people congregating. A lot of reaction here across the country. Red states backing the president and his decision, but some of those blue states not so much.
In defending the job cuts, President Trump today said many of the fired workers don't work at all. Madison City Clerk Maribeth Weitzel-Bell has been placed on administrative leave.
The move comes amidst an ongoing investigation by the city and the Wisconsin Elections Commission into how 193 ballots went uncounted during the 2024 general election. Madison City Attorney Michael Haas will fill in for Weitzel-Bell while the investigation continues. Last week, the Elections Commission voted to force Madison City workers to sit for depositions. That list is expected to include Weitzel-Bell. The commission meets later this afternoon to consider further action relating to the missing ballots. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Workers are busy expanding Appleton International Airport's main concourse before thousands arrive for the 2025 NFL Draft in Green Bay. NBC's Noah Cornelius.
The airport says 3 new gates will be open before the draft comes to town. Outagamie County Executive Tom Nelson says the additional traffic is crucial to the airport's growth.
That supports 3,000 jobs in our community and generates about $700 million worth of economic activity.
Airport Director Abe Weber says the expansion also goes beyond the draft.
Our last big concourse expansion happened in 2000. I guess I'd love to say in another 20 years we'll be doing this again.
The full terminal expansion could be finished by early 2026. Sports, traffic, weather, our next Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 7:03.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here to tell you about Built Right's annual Friends and Family Mattress Sale on now. The one location saves you time and money. Built Right makes it easy to shop and easy to buy. Don't have to take my word for it. Let's hear from another Built Right customer. Jenna from Cudahy says, mattress shopping, I've done the research for you. This is the best place to go for absolute quality at a good price. JD helped us years ago find our bed and was able to help us today find the right bed for our 14-year-old. JD knows the products and has a great strategy of questions to really figure out what you need. I purchased our mattress with full confidence that it's going to last and give proper support for many years. Big and tall, they have the best heavy-duty mattresses and box springs. We've had ours for about 3 years. It still feels brand new. Sounds like you got to get to Built Right today. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny and Jenna sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber offices. One call, that's all Sports Desk. No game for the Brewers today, but progress for starter Brandon Woodruff, who made his first start since 2023 in a minor league appearance against the Padres.
It's 17 months and finally getting back out there. It was an emotional day, I would say, early on today, just being around the guys and with the support and everything. I know it's just a minor league game, but it means a lot.
Woodruff faced 5 batters and is hopeful to appear in a Cactus League game before spring training ends. And the NFL League year-end free agent signing period just opened. Aaron Rodgers is reportedly drawing interest from the Pittsburgh Steelers and New York Giants. Both teams will be on the Packers' schedule this season. And in college basketball, the Marquette Golden Eagles begin their Big East tournament play Thursday afternoon at 1:30 against Xavier. And the Wisconsin Badgers begin play in the Big Ten tournament Thursday afternoon at 1:30 against the winner of tonight's game between Northwestern and Minnesota. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Sign Unlimited, Siding, and a whole lot more. Take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. We have no major incidents on the road at this time in Milwaukee. Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. That's going to be mostly clear with a low of 32 degrees. Thursday, we'll see some sunny skies with a high of 50 degrees by the lake, 58 degrees inland. Friday will be partly cloudy with mild rainstorms at night with a high of 63 degrees by the lake and 70 degrees inland. Saturday is going to be mostly cloudy, windy with scattered showers. High of 61 degrees is expected. Sunday, mostly cloudy, breezy and colder with a few flurries possible with a high of 40 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 48 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 43 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 42 degrees. And in Milwaukee, it's 40 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome to the second hour of What's on Tap, where we will continue to tempt your taste buds. We were talking about European beers in the first hour with Julian Cagle, the 4th-generation owner of Cagle's Inn. Now we're going to tempt your taste buds with an event you can enjoy in Tosa starting tomorrow. Tosa Restaurant Week is here, and we'll find out all the details and some of the best deals. Top Chef, the show returns tomorrow night, season 22, but it's not in Wisconsin, so I'm not nearly as excited about the show this year as I was last year, but I thought about it, wonder where some of our Top Chef testants are. So where are they now? Update, including our very own Chef Dan Jacobs of Dan and Esther Ev. So a little touch base with the Top Chef testants. Where are they now? And it is March 12th. In 6 months, it will be September 12th. And the biggest movie of 2025, circled on my calendar, will be released. What movie is it? Well, you know it's not Wicked, because Wicked will come out near Thanksgiving time. I will share with you later in the show, and I will share with you the updates that I know so far. But talking about tempting your taste buds, that warm weather, Sunday and Monday, did that kind of get you in an ice cream mood? You know, you wash the car, kind of feel the breeze in your hair. Well, I found some results from the eatthis.com website. They just released their study, their poll of the best ice cream parlors in every state. And eatthis.com, who can you think would be the top ice cream parlor for Wisconsin? Go ahead, think about it. The top ice cream parlor in Wisconsin, Purple Door, which they have some inventive flavors. And plus, we're the Dairyland, so it was a whole lot of competition, more so than other states, I would think. But Purple Door, they're in Milwaukee, they're in Mequon. Really cool that they use local milk from Holstein cows in Wisconsin. So, you know how a lot of people have a special recipe for something. This is a very particular recipe for Purple Door ice cream. And if you're like, you know, there's something about it. It's so rich and it's so creamy. It's because they have a butterfat content of 14%, higher than ice cream, which is 10%. So that rich, creamy texture combined with all kinds of flavors. They have 20 flavors, cinnamon roll, salted caramel. And I jumped on their website because I thought that they also had some booze-infused flavors like Bananas Foster. They have a basil flavor. They also have absinthe, but right now it's currently unavailable. But it really is fun just to browse and see the creative combinations. Bourbon, praline, pecan, butternut squash. So it's very, very fun. And they have a couple of new flavors like caramelized pineapple. Ooh, chai with pink peppercorn. So sorry, I'm falling down the flavor portal here for Purple Door, but Purple Moon with blueberry and raspberry purees is one of their pride points as well. So here's what's cool. 2 ice cream parlors got honorable mention. Chocolate Shop Ice Cream Or I don't know if it's Chocolate Shoppy. It's spelled the old English way. Chocolate Shop Ice Cream, 60 years of Madison-made award-winning ice cream. They're in Madison, Middleton, Fitchburg, and other locations. And the other honorary mention, in Fond du Lac, Kelly Country Creamery. So when it warms up again and you are craving some ice cream, Purple Door, Chocolate Shop Ice Cream, and Kelly Country Creamery made the cut for EatThis.com, the best ice cream parlors in Wisconsin. And we're going to tempt your taste buds even more for sweets, savories, and samples in Wauwatosa. Tosa Restaurant Week kicks off tomorrow, and to tell us all about it, we'll get it right from one of the organizers. Next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Wisconsin winters are unpredictable.
This is history. Never had a tornado touchdown in February.
We keep you updated on blizzards.
Winter storm warning has been issued for all of southeast Wisconsin, and it's going to get really, really dicey.
Blackouts.
Tens of thousands of customers across southeast Wisconsin are without power this morning.
Icy roads.
Very, very slick conditions pretty much everywhere.
And more. With WTMJ Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts on air and at WTMJ.com.
During the transfiguration of Jesus, Peter said that they should set up 3 tents on the mountain. Peter wanted to stay in that moment. This is Archbishop Jeffrey Grob. We also can get stuck focusing on the wrong things we don't want to change. During this Jubilee year, the Holy Father has asked us to be signs of hope for others. With hope, we see that we can change. As we begin this Lent, let us each use our gifts and talents to show the world that change and hope are possible in Jesus. Please join us at Mass.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Looking for a good dining experience? You will find it all over our state. And one of the most fun ways to do that are the restaurant weeks, because then you can sample, you can get discounts, and maybe finally go to a restaurant that you've heard great things about or that you've been walking by or driving by. It's like, okay, now's the time. We should just go in. Look, they've got specials. So Tosa Restaurant Week kicks off tomorrow. And to tell us all about it from the city of Wauwatosa is Beth Gleasing. Beth, welcome back to What's on Tap.
Hi, Sandy. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here because I know you've got all sorts of good news to share about things that are happening in Wauwatosa.
All sorts of good things.
And I love it that if you're going to organize Tosa Restaurant Week, it's 10 days. It's like happy hour. Happy hour isn't really an hour.
That is correct.
Restaurant Week is 10 days.
10 days. This way we can embrace 2 weekends, so you have more chances to visit all the new restaurants you want to check out, or your favorites.
And 30 restaurants. I'm a checklist gal, so that's intimidating if you're trying to check off every single one.
It's a big task.
So you could spread it out.
You could spread it out. 30 restaurants, but 36 different offers. So some of our restaurants have multiple offers. And there is something for everyone.
Do you want to rattle off? Shall I do it? So that way, because I know I'm sensitive, I don't want you to be picking favorites. Because I know that you can't ever ask, what's your favorite one?
Right. I have no favorites. They're like your children. You can't say what favorites you have.
But I'm going to tell you, I never know how to say this right. The Hawaiian restaurant.
Onokine Grinds.
Onokine Grinds. Oh, they always have wonderful food. $10 off each King Kamehameha dinner platter. That's just fun to say. So Onokine Grinds is on here. Buktabon Taverns and Supper Club. Delicious Bites. Lion's Tail Brewing Company, where you can get a $10 prefixed beer flight. Crafty Cow. Outlaw Oyster. Joy Ice Cream Social. Just talking about ice cream. The Village Cheese Shop. Mexican Avenue. Bel Air Cantina. Is it Arte Wine and Painting Studio?
Yep, Arte.
I've driven by
correct.
there so many times.
Yep, right on Underwood.
Yeah. Calucenzo, Pastificio, and Enoteca.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did that. Look at that.
So you want some fantastic homemade pasta?
That sounds wonderful. And they've got a $65 4-course prefix meal. Ooh, of course, the standby Ristorante Bartolotta since 1993, and you can get a free Aperol Spritz.
Yes.
It's part of that offer.
Yes.
Ooh, Kelly's.
Long-standing Tosa restaurant, right?
A complete establishment. It was the first time I went to a Bartolotta restaurant, was Ristorante Bartolotta right there in Tosa in the village. Kelly's Greens Drunken Cobra. There's a restaurant I need to go to. Corner Bakery Cafe, First and Bowl, Il Mito, Little Village Play Cafe, Maggio's, Wood-Fired Pizza, Leff's, Lucky Town. I've had many a good time in there.
Also,
buy one, get one
also
half.
a staple, yep.
Yeah, buy one, get one half off any item from the Irish seasonal menu, just in time for St. Patty's Day weekend. Ultimate Confections, Chocolate Cafe Hollander, another great space that I can put my feet up and sip a beer, and you get a free dessert at Cafe Hollander with 2 entrees. Ooh, Allie's Powerhouse Cafe, Ruby Tap, another great space to visit with a friend, catch up, have a sip of wine.
Absolutely. Nice, relaxing place.
Yeah. Vendetta Coffee Bar, Kin by Rice and Roll, and Elder and Rhyme. Wait, there's more.
Keep going.
Lucky
yep.
Joe's, and last on the list, but certainly not least, the Explorium Brew Pub. A classic burger and a beer for $12.
Yeah. And I mean, Sandy, you just hit on it, because Wauwatosa is such a fantastic dining destination. We have something for everyone. The tastes, the choices, breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, cocktail. This
coffee,
list,
you got
this
it.
list
Yeah.
of offers covers it all.
And Wauwatosa is very walkable.
So walkable. You can hit up multiple locations in one area. But the exciting thing is also we have offers from restaurants from all 5 of our districts. So in Wauwatosa, we kind of have, our districts, our certain neighborhoods we promote. And every district is represented in an offer here. So you can check out the entire city.
The full community.
Yes.
Yeah. So is this the first year of Tosa Restaurant Week?
This is actually our 4th year.
Excellent.
Yes, we have some new restaurants that have never participated. So that is fun because, you can take advantages of offers that have never been there before. There's some old favorites. There's lots to choose from.
What's one of your favorite stories from maybe a restaurant reviewer last year? Just being a regular person, but like who was surprised or delighted by one of the restaurants they tried last year?
Oh, it's hard, right? I will say, because last year we did have Ristorante Bartolotta participate. They are again this year. But it was really exciting to see folks appreciate such a longstanding Wauwatosa restaurant. Ristorante Bartolotta has been in the village since pretty much before anything else was in the village, before it was the fantastic destination that it is now. And so it was really kind of fun to say those old school Wauwatosa restaurants getting some love.
That really is. And I was just talking about Kegel's Inn in West Dallas. And, every time the kind of call goes out like, oh no, Von Trier might close. Oh no, At Random might close. There's some of these really established spots that are beloved, but then you're like, oh, well, did I go to Bryant's before it threatened to close?
Right.
It's like,
Have I been there
maybe I need to
recently?
go. So they can hold a place in your heart, but you don't always wind up going there for whatever reason. Life gets in the way. It's not necessarily in your neighborhood, and then sometimes because it is in your neighborhood and it's just so close, you don't go. So it's a really good reason to get out and about, stroll and explore, and have a sip at a restaurant you've never been to before.
You've never been to. And like you said earlier, this is a fantastic opportunity to go take advantage and of a deal and try a restaurant that you maybe haven't tried. Maybe you've been afraid. Maybe you weren't sure if you were going to like it. Or, maybe it is an old favorite and you're like, gives me a reason to go back.
Well, and stretching your dining dollar. All of us are, watching our nickels and dimes and a little uncertainty, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't stop living life. And if you can go out and stretch your dollar and still have some great experiences at an old favorite or a new place, and if you try a new place, honestly, and you're like, that wasn't my jam, then it's okay.
Then it's okay.
At least you tried it.
Yep. And it didn't hit your pocketbook too much.
Yeah.
And
it seems like you just walk next door and try something else.
Exactly. And all of the restaurants on the list, like the majority of them are independently owned businesses, right? So these are businesses that depend on not only their repeat customers, but people, giving them a try and trying something new and bringing in new traffic. So, that's why we like to promote this because, these restaurants, they need to get the message out.
And also, it's one of those great excuses because I feel like this year has just flown by and it's people that you saw at the holidays. It's like, I haven't seen you since last year. Let's get together. Let's meet up. Let's share a bite. Let's meet up for a wine or a coffee. And this is one of those great reasons to go, oh, okay, it's 10 days. I can find a day in there. Let's meet up.
I can maybe find 2 days.
And then you'll be the hero. You'll be the cool person who suggested the cool restaurant that is now one of your faves.
Exactly. And you can both take advantage of a deal then.
Beth Gleasing from the city of Wauwatosa and the tourism specialist and giving us the details on Tosa Restaurant Week. Now, this is a wonderful week. It's March 13th, so tomorrow through March 22nd, like
Correct.
you said,
Yep.
covers both weekends. Lots and lots of food and drinks. DiscoverWauwatosa.com. Best place to go?
Actually, the best place to go so you can get access to all the deals right away, go to TosaRestaurantWeek.com.
Well, that makes all the sense in the world.
It does.
TosaRestaurantWeek.com. Browse there, make a plan, get together with a friend, and have a good dining experience. Like I said, go back to Leff's and have some Irish food. It's a great space.
It's a great space.
A great communal space.
Great space, yep.
And Beth, you have other things going on, artful things. I want to ask you about Art 64. Is it returning?
It is returning.
Okay, so we'll find out more about Art 64 and a new piece of public art that you have planned. So stay with us on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, we profiled the average John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they got up one morning that they'd be saving a life, becoming everyday heroes. Ryan Lathrop, school bus driver, coming his way, a semi-truck in the other lane, and it's creeping over the center line.
Tried to get around him, see if I couldn't avoid him, and he ended up going right down the side of my bus. I don't feel that I'm a hero. I did just doing my job.
Everyday Hero, Thursdays at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News, presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Matschke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Well, if you need flagstone for your new natural patio, Erickson's is the place to find it. We have the largest selection and 15 styles to choose from. And for decorative stone, Erickson's is your best choice. Our decorative stone is trucked in from all over the country. We buy straight from the quarry and cut out the middleman to keep your prices nice and low. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. So he said to me, boy, oh boy, do you got the boulders. And I said, you betcha. And he said, do you mind if I cherry pick? And I said, feel free. They're all beautiful and they're all granite. Sparkling pinks, blues, and grays from 4 to 36 inches. And they're all priced right because we buy direct from the source nationwide to give you the look you want. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
When you work at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll be helping us help others. There are many that need our help, and we need your help to carry out our mission. St. Vincent de Paul is always looking for part-time team members. You'll get competitive pay, benefits, and flexibility in scheduling. So apply online at svdpmilw.org or stop by Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, or 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
In the studio with me is Beth Gleasing from the city of Wauwatosa. And Beth, you've brought us the good news of Tosa Restaurant Week kicking off tomorrow. And again, not a week, it's a 10 days. I love that you can extend it into 2 weekends for just the ability to get out and about. And I guess spring break is going to kind of overlap with some of the dates for some people.
For some people, probably, which just means gives you more time to hit all the restaurants.
What I mean. Yeah, exactly. So 30 restaurants on the list. TosaRestaurantWeek.com is the website to make your plans and experience an old favorite or a new restaurant. And Beth, Wauwatosa is the site of one of my favorite outdoor creative activities, one of the most unique ones, I would say, in the country, Art 64. Is Art 64 coming back?
Art 64 will be back.
Yay!
It will be June 6th and 7th this year, so the first weekend in June, Friday, Saturday. For anyone who does not know what Art 64 is, I will tell you it is the Midwest's largest bracket-style live painting tournament. So what we do is we close down the streets of the village of Wauwatosa. We bring 64 artists in. We pair them head-to-head in a bracket-style competition. They set up in the street. They paint for an hour. The public votes. We go through 3 rounds of painting, and the artist at the end that is selected by public vote wins $20,000.
That's incredible. And it's such a fun experience to walk by and watch artists in real time.
In real time.
Creating a mini masterpiece based on a theme. It's really interesting, and it's a great way to support artists and art culture, because the other thing is that if you walk by and an artist has a painting and you're just absolutely smitten with it, you can buy that artwork from that artist.
That is correct. All artwork created during the event goes into an online auction, and you can bid on it and take home the painting you saw painted right in front of you.
That's a unique souvenir and a great way to support artists. So Art 64, first weekend of June, and then what other public art can you reveal?
So we have big, exciting new art coming to Wauwatosa. The Wauwatosa Tourism Commission has contracted with Thomas Dambo. He is a Danish artist. He creates art, larger-than-life art, out of recycled materials. So he is going to bring one of his iconic, whimsical troll sculptures to the city's brand new park.
A whimsical troll sculpture. How big is it?
It will be 24 and a half feet tall.
Wow. And what can you describe it more? I'm sure you've seen renderings.
We have seen renderings. I am not allowed to share details. The artist likes to keep that a surprise until the installation happens. So the artist and his team will be arriving from Denmark in May, and the installation will happen then.
Interesting. Will it be like a protected, covered installation and a reveal?
No, you'll be able to see it as it goes up, because it's in a public park.
Yeah. Oh, how exciting. Well, thank you for bringing world-class art to Wauwatosa in such an interesting way. We'll be definitely keeping an eye on that in May.
Yeah, come. You're going to want to check out. It's the city's new park. It's on the west side. It is called Firefly Grove Park, and that is where you will find this big free public art installation.
What a lovely name for a park, too.
Firefly Grove, yes. A nod to Wauwatosa's heritage, to the name of Wauwatosa. Wauwatosa comes from the Potawatomi language and the Potawatomi word for firefly. So it's kind of a nod to our Potawatomi heritage.
She is Beth Gleasing of the city of Wauwatosa. Thank you for the artful updates, and happy Tosa Restaurant Week to you.
Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate it.
I am Sandy Maxx. We'll do a Top Chef update and more on What's on Tap. Stay with us. But right now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. A former Lincoln County Correctional Sergeant is charged with assaulting an inmate. Jason Meister slammed a female inmate's head into a window and assaulted her, resulting in multiple injuries back in late February. Surveillance footage captured the attack, leading to Meister's firing and criminal charges. He faces up to 7 years in prison. And Charles filed for the mother of a 13-year-old who was missing in Oak Creek for nearly a week. 37-year-old Louisa Sala of Burlington is in custody on a felony charge of interfering with child custody. Her daughter Lillian was found safe on Friday. Bond is set for Sala at $20,000. She's back in court March 20th for a preliminary hearing. And Trowbridge School in Milwaukee is set to reopen on Friday. A joint statement from MPS and the State of Milwaukee Health Department reveals lead hazard remediation efforts were successful after multiple rounds of cleaning and inspection. MPS will work to ensure students and staff only drink from filtered water stations. Take a look at those roads with your WTMJ Johnson Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Currently have no major incidents out on the road tonight, Milwaukee, so you should have a safe drive. Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight's going to be mostly clear with a low of 32 degrees. Thursday, we'll get some sunny skies with a high of 50 degrees by the lake and 58 inland. Friday is going to be partly cloudy and mild with some rain and storms at night with a high of 63 towards the lake and 70 degrees inland. Saturday is going to be mostly cloudy with windy and scattered showers with a high of 61 degrees. And Sunday is going to be mostly cloudy, breezy, and colder with a few flurries possible with a high of 40 degrees. Right now in Eau Claire, it's 52 degrees. In Palmyra, it's 51 degrees. And in Milwaukee, it's 40 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 7:31.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new LiftMaster or CHI maintenance-free garage door. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. A study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%. Garage doors rank first among all home improvement projects. To see Geis's huge selection of doors, visit their showroom in Brookfield, or you can also visit their online showroom at geisdoors.com. Geis has everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, you call Geis at 262-784-4250. That number again, 262-784-4250. It's Geis. Visit them online at geisdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
How would you like to own a jewelry store?
Kessler's Diamonds is an employee-owned company.
And Kessler's is growing. Are you the kind of person we're looking for?
Does it make you happy to make other people happy?
Are you a problem solver?
Would you like to wake up every morning knowing that you're going to help a lot of people find joy today?
Kessler's Diamonds is people serving people.
Keep in mind that Kessler's is owned by its employees. So let me ask you this. Are you a good enough leader that you can be an owner who leads other owners?
Don't worry, you don't have to know about diamonds. We can teach you about diamonds. But the people we're looking for aren't looking for a job.
Did someone pop into your head just now?
Do you think you might know who we're looking for?
Give that person a call.
Send them an email.
Tell them to walk into Kessler's Diamonds and say to the person who greets them,
I think I want to work here.
Welcome to Kessler's.
A fantastic place to buy jewelry and a wonderful place to work.
For the store nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You gotta get to Built Right today. WTMJ's Vince Vetrano for Built Right furniture, leather, and mattresses. Shop Built Right's annual Friends and Family Sale and $1 million clearance sell-off on now. If you are looking for affordable, better quality furniture or mattresses, you got to do what my wife and I did. We went to Built Right. We love our new living room furniture, our son's sleeping on a new mattress, and most importantly, we enjoyed the shopping experience. 4 generations, 97 years strong, celebrating 19 years in the Greenfield location. 3rd and 4th generation family members in the store, working alongside their amazing team. Be ready for your Easter guests with thousands of items in stock or custom order at a low sale price. USA made, small scale, Ohio Amish made, and real solid wood furniture. 60 models of USA made mattresses. Built Right always saves you money. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, closed to be with family. Make sure to tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. I am Sandy Maxx. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Really became a food-focused and flavor-focused show tonight, talking beer with Kegel's Inn, 4th-generation owner Julian Kegel, then talking about Restaurant Week with Beth Gleasing of the city of Tosa, and giving us the art updates, too. Exciting that there's going to be a massive troll sculpture in Tosa in May. If you missed that, don't worry. I'll be following up on that story. What else are we talking about? Oh, ice cream, the best ice cream parlor. So if you missed any of the Tasty Talk, catch up on the podcast later tonight, WTMJ.com, or wherever you regularly get your podcast. Just type in WTMJ's What's on Tap and should pop right up. Or you can text the word tap to the Sighting Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. That text number is 855-616-1620. And this time last year, Top Chef Wisconsin was about to happen. Lots of excitement. And was thinking, where are they now? Because Top Chef is back tomorrow on Bravo and Peacock. Thursday nights, we're season 22. But I'm not as excited about it because we're not in it. We're not part of it. The state of Wisconsin is not going to be spotlighted. We got to see great shots of Milwaukee and Madison and out in Oconomowoc at a farm and some of the cool ethnic stores that we have. But I'm just not as excited because we're not part of it. And I was hoping maybe like one of the chef testants would be part of it or that we'd find out that they're going to be on it. And I'm not getting anything, but I'm doing some research. It's called Top Chef Destination Canada. This year. It kicks off tomorrow. Some of the cities, Toronto, Calgary, Montreal. I'm not boycotting the show in any way. It's no anti-Canada. I'm just not nearly as excited because there was such a buzz. The Top Chef and Bravo crew came in and had a big red carpet party at Discovery World where all the chef testants and the celebrity judges came. All of them. Kristen Kish. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name all of a sudden. It just flew out of my head. Why? Anyway, but Chef Tom Colicchio, who is the woman? Because it makes me laugh because one of my best friend's husbands does not like her. Somebody will text in. Who's the third chef? I did all this research to find out where the Top Chef testants are, and I'm spacing out on the Top Chef judge, Gail. It's Gail Simmons. There she is. I knew it. I was like, I feel bad. So thanks, Gail. Thanks for your patience, Gail. All right. So where are they now? Dun, dun, dun. I'll go in order of how they finished. And yes, it's a spoiler alert. Milwaukee chef Dan Jacobs made it all the way to the finals last year. All episodes of Top Chef Wisconsin, only to, I would say, co-lose to Chef Testant Savannah. With Chef Testant Savannah they lost to Chef Danny Garcia. So where's Danny Garcia now? How's he doing? He is an executive chef at a brand new restaurant in New York called Time and Tide. So he's riding the wave because I have to think that these, being on national television and probably international television, when people are streaming it on Peacock, that's going to be a big boost. But here's who we really want to know. How is Chef Dan Jacobs doing? He is chef and co-owner at Dan Dan, which is a restaurant that opened, at least 8 years ago now, right in 3rd Ward, and has, ever since it opened, has gotten rave reviews for its kind of Asian fusion style food, and still going strong there, and was able to really open Esther Ev with some of that prominence that he got. He was able to have Dan Dan at Summerfest for the first time last year, and I got to spend a little bit of time interviewing him there. But Esther Ev is described as a restaurant for friends and lovers. It's in Bayview in the old, and really immensely interesting, flavorful menus there. And Dan Jacobs has brought in several chef testants and other chefs from around the country to do special tasting menus there. So if foodie is your jam, check out Esther Ev. And also this past year, Dan Jacobs and Dan Van Wright of Dan Dan, James Beard semifinalists for Best Chef Midwest nominees. So good luck to them. And remember, Chef Dan Jacobs, he really continues to be an example of inspiration to many as he lives and works really to the fullest, despite coping with Kennedy's disease since 2016, which is a rare neuromuscular condition. And during the Top Chef show, he was so likable. All of the chef testants who, were all competitive, but they all really supported him and were really nice. So he really set the tone for showing how nothing should stop you if you really want to pursue your dreams. And another thing that Chef Dan did this past year was he really got involved with a collaboration of chefs to try and take action on climate change, because he sees the direct effect of climate change on the farming, on the food, and on the restaurant industry. So Chef Dan, still a pride point. And Bravo is very, very secretive. All I would say is I have no information on this, but Dan Jacobs would not be able to tell you if he was going to pop up on this season's Top Chef. But I kind of hope I really hope he does, because he was just such a positive energy and a really creative person. Other chef testants, where are they now? Savannah Miller, who co-lost in the finals next to Chef Dan Jacobs. She's in North Carolina. She is the chef de cuisine at M Tempura there. And that restaurant got named amongst the South's best sushi spots by Southern Living magazine. Laura, if you watched, she was crafty. She had the shifty eyes on the prize the whole series, but she was very creative with flavors. And Laura is executive chef and owner of a San Francisco restaurant called Dalida, and it earned a Michelin star in 2024. Laura knows what she's doing. Manny was the Mexican chef who totally loved his meats. He is in Denver, and he opened a restaurant called Jaguar Bolera. He's also the culinary director at Camp Pickle. That's a fun name. Michelle Wallace from Houston. She was such a genuine sweetheart, a fan favorite. I got to meet her briefly on the red carpet before even watching any of the Top Chef series last year. And she just was warm and nice, and she really knows her barbecue, and she is a pit master. And since she's been on Top Chef, her restaurant, Between Sandwich Company, has gotten bigger, and she has signature smoked meats. And she also, the semifinalist for the James Beard Best Chef Texas Award last year. Sue An, he's the intense guy who was also a pro golfer. He's in Chicago, executive chef at Adelina there. Kind of fusion of Korean flavors and Midwestern ingredients. Amanda Turner in Austin. Dan Jacobs and Amanda got along. They were like trying to call themselves Demanda for a little while before she got eliminated. But she is in Austin, chef de cuisine at Olame, focusing on Southern cuisine. And get this, she was nominated for the Rising Star Chef Award by the James Beard Foundation last year. Kalina Bliss, also in Chicago. She's the executive chef at Cindy's Rooftop at the Chicago Athletic Association, a very swanky place to be. Kevin from Austin, he's the chef and owner of Folly Pops in Texas. It's pastries that fuse French techniques with Texan flavors. And I just want to do a shout out to Rosika. She's the chef de cuisine in Brooklyn, and she's got a cookbook coming out, and she had some of the most creative flavors. She made a dessert made out of mustard that the chef judges loved. Exactly. I know you're going, wait, mustard? So it really was fun to go along on the journey. If you want to catch up on my Top Chef takeaways, I posted reviews of every episode last year. If you go to WTMJ.com and look up Top Chef Takeaway, you can catch up on some of that. And I highly recommend binging it on Peacock, whether you saw it in real time or you just want to revisit it, because Wisconsin looks great and you will be inspired by the culinary creativity. And next, something else to inspire you to expand your world, Salzburg. Join me next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
You're going to get a free furnace from Quality. No gimmick. You'll get a free furnace. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace. And this heat pump is not only going to give you 2 sources of heat and a backup, but also the heat pump will act as an AC system to cool your home as well. It's extremely efficient. I have a heat pump in my own home, and this I know. Your heat pump will cut your energy bills substantially. You'll be getting a top-of-the-line heat pump system and a free furnace. And you'll save thousands plus qualifying government incentives. So now through March 31st, you'll get a heck of a deal from Quality. This is the only time of the year we can do this. So call Quality and let's get you taken care of. Get your free furnace and upgrade your home's HVAC system to absolute max efficiency. Buy a heat pump from Quality and you'll get a free furnace through March 31st.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Broadway's smash hit, the Neil Diamond musical, A Beautiful Noise, is coming to Milwaukee. The true story of a kid from Brooklyn, destined for something more, featuring all the songs you love, including America, Forever in Blue Jeans, and Sweet Caroline. Like Jersey Boys and Beautiful, the next musical mega hit is here. The Neil Diamond musical, A Beautiful Noise, March 25th through 30th at the Marcus Center. On sale now at marcuscenter.org.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going
going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I feel like if you're sipping a beer, you have to sip it with your pinkies up. That is Mozart music on What's on Tap on WTMJ. I'm Sandy Maxx, and Mozart, born in Salzburg, Austria. Just hearing that music, I think it conjures up something, doesn't it? Maybe it reminds you of the movie Amadeus. Maybe it just puts a little pep in your step. Come with me to the place where this music was composed. Salzburg, Austria is one of the stops on my European brewery tour, visiting Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. Knock 3 countries. Get those 3 passport stamps off your list when you join me for this September trip. It's 10 days. September 12th through the 22nd, we'll visit Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. I had Munich Monday, so I spotlighted some places will be in Munich. And in Salzburg, it really is a storybook city. So Salzburg is my focus just for the next couple minutes. If you've been thinking about joining me, please do. And if you text the word TRIP to the Citing Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, text TRIP to 855-616-1620. You text the word TRIP, you'll get a link right back to your smartphone, so you can just click that open, browse and share, maybe copy it and share it with a friend, because this is one of those, it's a special trip that Steve Bertrand Travel curated. So you're not going to find this trip anywhere else. It's special just for us at WTMJ. Salzburg, a stunning old town. It's nestled against the Alps, cobblestone streets where you can walk in Mozart's footsteps, but that's not all cobblestones. Don't worry. There are flat surfaces too, but such history to see. The Holzen, this is where I don't speak German yet. Hohensalzburg Fortress. So it's this incredible fortress that's perched above the city, made in medieval times. You get great views of it and also down into Salzburg. Who's a Sound of Music fan? The Mirabelle Palace and Gardens. When they sing Do, Re, Mi, Do, a Deer, the Gnome Garden, the Pegasus Fountain, that is where you will find it, in the gardens there of this stunning Baroque palace. So enjoy that, not just the sounds of Mozart, but the sounds of music. And we're going to visit Austria's largest private brewery, Stiegl Brewery, and we're going to get a tasting of Stiegl's world-famous lagers and ales. They have a beer museum there. We're also going to go to a monastery brewery called Augustiner Brau Klostermullen, founded by monks. And here's what's even more fun. In the beer hall, you get your beer poured straight from wooden barrels. That's going to make a special flavor for a beer. And, you can get the imported beer. It's fun to pick it up at your favorite store. But boy, drinking beer right there where it is brewed, and with Bavarian water when we're in Germany, and the Austrian, the recipes that have been mastered from monks for centuries. It's really a city that blends history and hops. If you love beer and you love history, it's going to be a really special trip. And don't forget the food. A hearty schnitzel, a rich goulash, Austrian cuisine made by people, again, who love it and have made it for years, and it's their comfort food. And it's I'm getting excited, but breakfasts are included in this trip, staying at 4-star hotels. Steve Bertrand Travel takes care of all the logistics. So all we have to do, just show up, have fun, experience Salzburg. And if you're a music fan, I think it's one of those epic places to go and really understand where the inspirations for Mozart came from this special city. So you can browse the brochure at WTMJ.com. Pop me a note. I'm glad to write you back. Sandy at WTMJ.com, SANDY at WTMJ.com. So you can see some of the photos of where we're going to be touring. And you can imagine the aroma of delicious beer. And again, that easy text word is TRIP. Text TRIP to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Text TRIP to 855-616-1620. Browse, daydream, and book it. Let's travel together. Prost. What movie is coming out in 6 months that I just can't wait? Find out next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Wisconsin's Midday News, bringing you the latest in news.
A Waukesha County judge rules the Slender Man stabbing defendant Morgan Geyser can proceed with conditional release.
Traffic.
We do have a new crash that just pumped up minutes ago in Milwaukee.
Sports.
Milwaukee making official the signing of veteran left-handed pitcher Jose Quintana.
And weather.
Here we go. Snow. Might need your galoshes.
Join Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty, only on WTMJ.
The deeper the hole, the more damage you're going to cause, especially if you're driving around with low tire pressure.
We're talking about potholes, and if you're not careful, they'll spring up out of nowhere and bite you right in the keister.
We've fixed broken ball joints, broken control arms, blown struts, damaged wheel alignments.
You name it, we fixed it. That wheel alignment is an adjustment of your suspension, which is a system that connects your car to its wheels.
And when your alignment's off, you get uneven, premature tire wear, and we have a fix for that too.
If a pothole has bitten you where it hurts, come to Richlands for a professional evaluation by one of our ASE certified technicians.
And at the very least, we'll make sure you have the right amount of air pressure in your tires.
And remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands, your
Due for service.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now, you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Those sounds, that music, takes me right back to Downton Abbey, the TV show and the movies. I am one of the biggest fans you will ever meet of Downton Abbey, and 6 months from today, September 12th, the third Downton Abbey film will be released. Yes, I am excited. I am counting down. And if you are excited, or if you're just like, you know what, maybe this is a really good reason to revisit the series, so you'll be fresh just in time when the movie comes out in 6 months, which I would love to be covering the red carpet in London. I'm working on it. Hashtag goals, because then I could go to the red carpet and then go right to the beer tasting tour in Germany, Austria, and the Czech Republic. I would be living a large European life. It could happen. But here's the deal. A lot of the cast is back that we know. Hugh Bonneville, who plays, Lord Grantham and Elizabeth McGovern, Michelle Dockery, Laura Carmichael. So your Crawleys upstairs are coming back, many of them. Dame Maggie Smith, though, because she has passed away. The Dowager Countess will not be in the movie. And if you saw the second movie, she did pass away at the end of that film, or at least alluded to that. But there are other actors who are coming back. If you know the name Paul Giamatti, I'm a big Paul Giamatti fan. He played a role of the brother of Cora, and he was this kind of interesting playboy, an American playboy. Well, he's going to be back in this movie, so I'm very interested to see Paul Giamatti's storyline, and other little dribs and drabs are coming out. But to revisit the world of Downton Abbey, upstairs and downstairs, is very comforting to a lot of us and a lot of people, and it's just a beloved favorite for a lot of people. And as a Milwaukee PBS gal, I guess I like it because of that too. But Downton Abbey, you've got 6 months to get prepared for the release of the third film. I am Sandy Maxx. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And we'll get closer and closer to St. Patrick's Day, planning a special 3-hour show on Friday. You can always catch up on the podcast at WTMJ.com. Thanks so much, and thank you for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ.